Well, guys, I really just don't know how to feel right now. It was in frame and everything. It would have made a great video. It wasn't closely in frame, but I felt like I did everything right. You know, I wasn't moving. I had a great wind. I was waiting for a good shot. There was one branch that happened to be in the way, and this was a tree I'd never been in before. I just went up it with the saddle first time today and wasn't going to get down to clear shooting lanes. And that buck just happened to be right behind that branch, and there was one of the little does just kind of stayed right underneath us. He pushed off the other two does, which I was hoping he would do that with the third and would have given me a perfect 25-yard shot, but he didn't. And she just kind of stayed around. He was covered while he was eating corn, his vitals, so I tried to sink down lower in the saddle to get under that branch, and just when I thought I was going to have a lane, that doe just finally saw something she didn't like. She didn't even see me. She just might have heard me move or something. She barely looked up and just kind of started trotting off. And you know how mature bucks are. They see something like that and they just automatically get skittish, no questions asked, because that's how they get big. So he saw that and he decided he was going to move off, and I drew, and I really thought that I was still going to get a crack at him, because I literally needed him to take one more step to my right and I was going to fire it off. And instead, as he was moving to the right, and instead, just like big deer do, just seemed to always do the randomest things, he just turned and went completely straight away from me and just never offered me a shot. So going on 7 years without a buck, and not from lack of trying. I mean, I've put in, I don't even know how much time, money, just time away from other things that I enjoy, my wife, my friends, my family. It's just really starting to wear on me, like just not having a crack at any of these deer. I don't want to, make this a sad video, because you're probably only going to be seeing this if I do end up connecting this year, but I feel like I'm doing the right things, and just 7 years of bad luck, it's just mind-blowing to me for how much time I spend in the stand. And I don't know, there's still time left this season, but anytime something like that happens, it's really hard to refocus and recover. So I don't think he really had any idea of what was going on, or that I was even there. So maybe he'll show back up tonight later. He was hammering that feed pretty good. I could tell he was hungry. So the weather's going to be pretty rough for the next week and a half. It's going to get really warm again early December. So, unless he just keeps continually hammering that in the daytime, I'm probably just going to let it sit for a while. And just kind of wait it out until we get some good weather. But it's definitely one of those things that I feel like my season's over. Very rarely at this farm do we get multiple opportunities, at shooter deer, especially the same deer. So it just sucks. Like, if that doe wasn't there, if the buck would have came in before the does, by himself, 100% he was shot. I'd be having my hands around him right now. But for whatever reason, it's not like last night that he let the does come in first and then he was right behind him, and there's just too many eyes, I guess. But that's hunting, and it's just the way it goes. It just feels like that's the way it goes for me quite often, and it's getting really demoralizing. So I'm going to lock up the gate, head home, and I don't know, regroup, just try to get excited for it again. For how perfect everything worked out today, for it to end like that, it's just gut-wrenching. But like I said, you guys will probably never see any of this. After failing to connect with Casper in the fall of 2023, he became the ghost for which he was named, and I did not see him again the rest of the 2023 season. I turned my attention to King, who was also very consistent in that area, but again, there was no luck to be had with King in 2023. As we approached the 2024 season, I was hoping we would have the similar patterns that he was on in 2023 in both the summer, fall, and late season. Unfortunately, we got no pictures of King in the summer of 2024. It wasn't until mid to late October that we got our first nighttime picture of King in 2024. He became our #1 target instantly, and I set my sights on him for the rest of the 2024 season. It was going to be King or nothing, and that's where we're going to pick up the story for the deer we called King on Halloween night, October 31st, 2024. What's going on, guys? It's Halloween here in Kentucky, October 31st, and to be honest, the weather's not that great. It's a little bit warm. It's like 70 degrees. It's overcast, as you can probably see. Windy, I think gusts up to like 35, and there's some rain pushing in, so honestly not a perfect day for hunting this time of the year, but it's one of those dates that I know a lot of guys, superstitious about it, hunting on Halloween, and I've had good luck myself, so I wanted to be out here even though it's not perfect. This buck that I'm after has been MIA for, well, both my shooters have been MIA for almost the whole month. It's been several weeks on both of them, so maybe this is going to be kind of one of just those weird days that one of them shows back up. And I've had a bad habit the last couple of years of relying too much on my cameras to tell me when that's going to be, and then at that point you're a few steps behind and you're playing catch up. So instead of waiting for the day that they show up, I'm going to try to be there and be the camera on the day that they show up. So it's about 1:45 right now. We're gonna get dressed and we're gonna head up to the woods, get in the blind in case it does rain. That way the camera and everything's not gonna get wet and we can stay comfortable and finish out the full sit this evening. So that's the plan. I apologize for the wind noise, but we're gonna get dressed and we're gonna head up to the blind. All right, guys, we just got into the blind. It's about 2:30. As soon as I opened the front window, a doe and a fawn were coming straight down the trail, so I didn't even have my camera on the tripod yet. I was still screwing it in, and they just got on me so quick I didn't want to mess anything up by trying to get it out there. So I just watched them, and they fed off. With this wind, these deer are kind of spooky. They weren't spooky of me, but just anybody that's hunted in the high winds, how they get a little skittish, so they moved off. So I got everything set up. Just had a few hen turkeys come by as well, but it's good that nothing spooked out of that bunch to me. It was just the wind. And I apologize if you can't hear me, but I don't know exactly how far off those does are. But we've got everything set up, I think, pretty good now, so we've got a few hours until it gets dark. Hopefully we can see some bugs moving. We got a little bit of feed out in front of us. We're in a good transition area with some trails, and there is a few scrapes that are actively being worked just over here to my left, so I think it might be a good night, but I'm going to close the camera off. We're going to sit tight and kind of let things settle back in for the evening. As the Halloween sit pressed on, we started seeing more and more deer as it got closer to dark. This group of does came in about an hour before shooting light. They milled around for a while, and I was happy to just watch them and enjoy not being stuck in the rain in a tree stand. After they sat in front of me for a few minutes, I began to hear noise coming from the trail behind me. Slowly, as the noise got closer, I began to start hearing a few grunt calls. I was hopeful that this was going to be one of my shooters showing up for the first time in weeks, but as so often is the case with hunting, it ended up just being a smaller buck. super big. He was inside of his ears from what I could tell, but never got a good look at him because I have this other window zipped up to try to stay dry. But all those does kind of worked off, and then that other younger 8-point came in and fed in here for a while. Right when the rain started to come down heavy again, he got a little spooked and walked out, but as you can hear, it's still coming down pretty heavy, but I've still got about an hour left, so I'm not giving up yet. I do think that there's still a chance that one of our shooters walks by, so we're going to stick it out here in the blind. We're staying dry, so hopefully if we get another break in the rain, the deer might start walking again. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. It's November 9th here in Kentucky, which is opening morning of the gun season, so I know you can't tell, but we've got our orange on even though we're still getting after it with the bow. Got in just a little bit later than I wanted to, and I did bump a smaller buck out of this spot, but the spot that I wanted to go to wasn't going to work with the wind today. We've got a straight east wind, and the spot that I really wanted to be in, east, is going straight to where they come from, so it was no good. I didn't want to risk it, even though everything after today is just going to be chaos with the gun season. But one of my big shooters showed back up last night for the first time in about 3 weeks in that spot, so I couldn't risk it. So we're in a little bit better spot for an east wind today. It's going straight over my back, and we're just gonna have some fun, maybe shoot a doe, but I'm gonna let things get settled down and we'll check back in with you. gosh, right at first light, just had a doe kind of come through, and that real nice young buck pushing her a little bit and grunting. I don't think she was in estrus yet because he kind of walked off from her, but just not quite what I'm looking for yet at this point in the season. Would have been a beautiful shot, but it's still early, so we're going to hold out and hopefully a bigger one will do that, but that was pretty cool.
As November drew to a close, I was starting to regret passing some of the younger bucks that I had seen throughout the season. My only hope was that King would show up after the rut, much like he did in 2023, looking for food, hopefully in the daylight.
What's going on, guys? It is November 30th, I believe. It's a Saturday after Thanksgiving, and we're back in the blind after a really nice buck that I call King. We've had him for the last 2 or 3 years, and he's doing the same thing this year that he did last year, which is he left for pretty much the entirety of the rut, and then once he's pretty much done with the does, he comes back on our farm just to kind of hit the feed that I've got out. So he's been hitting that the last couple of days. I was in here last night, and it gets dark at about 5:30. He was in here at 7:30. So we've got a little bit better moon phase tonight, a little bit higher pressure, slightly colder temperatures. It's about 28 degrees. So I'm hoping that maybe the combination of all those factors, he might come in just a little bit earlier today, and we might be able to get a shot at him. But that's the plan. We're bundled up in our Huntworth here, trying to stay warm. We got a good wind, and it's going to be a good sit. So sit tight, and hopefully we'll have some action.
This sit began very similarly to other times that I had hunted this spot throughout the year. Almost immediately after getting in and getting my equipment set up, the does started to funnel through. They were a little bit earlier than normal, which is what I was hoping for, and I could only hope that King would follow suit and also show up a little bit earlier than he had the previous night and offer me a shot. As the does started to funnel in, I was left to just sit and wait and pray that King would show up and that I could take a shot. As the minutes of this hunt slowly started to tick away, I heard movement behind me. The does became a little more alert, and what I saw was this small spike. He came in and pushed the does off of the corn pile. As I was watching him, his body language suddenly changed. He looked to his left, and I had a good feeling that something a lot bigger than the spike was about to step out. This was it. The past 8 years, all leading up to this moment. I was trying to do my best to calm my nerves and not rush anything, but little did I know this was going to be one of the longest standoffs I've ever had with a target buck. King did not offer me a shot for several minutes, so I was left to sit and wait and try to find my best opportunity. With every passing moment, every time he lifted his head, every time a twig snapped behind me, I was worried that I was somehow going to mess it all up again this year. I was still doing my best to calm my nerves, but it was becoming more and more difficult as time went on. It was cold, there was a lot of eyeballs around, and I was shaking like crazy. All I could hope was that eventually he would present me with the right shot that I was comfortable with taking. I know it looks like there were several different opportunities for me to shoot, but the positioning of the camera versus the positioning of myself in the blind, I never quite got the angle that I was looking for. As the time continued to pass, all I could think about was somehow messing this shot up, and my mind and my nerves eventually got the best of me, and I decided to take a shot even though he wasn't completely broadside, and in retrospect, it shouldn't have been taken. But nonetheless, I was ready to finally send an arrow at King.
sorry. I just cussed. You have no idea how hard I've worked for that buck. I'm about to cry. I'm pretty sure he's down. I watched him in the binoculars. He went down and I did not see him get back up. The shot was a little bit high, but oh my gosh, guys. There were so many deer in here. I was just my wind was perfect, but I was just worried that he was gonna get spooked, because in this exact spot last year, I think almost at the exact same day, I had Casper in here. And I was in the saddle, and there's not a lot of great trees here, and Casper spooked out because a doe picked me off in the tree. So we came in here, put in this blind specifically for that buck, and I'm pretty sure we got him. I'm pretty sure he's down like 40 yards. Oh my gosh, guys. I can't believe it. He's a giant. Guys, he's down. Oh my God, I gotta call my dad. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. It's so cold. Oh my God, guys, I can't believe this. I gotta call my dad. That is King, and he's a giant.
Hello?
Dad, I got him.
Oh my God, you did?
I can see him. He's down like 50 yards. I got him. I'm about to cry. No, give me a minute, but oh my God, dude, I'm about to cry. He came in perfect. What? No, hang on. He's down, but I just want to make sure. Give me a minute. Oh, but dude, he's big. Oh, I hit him a little bit high, and I was kind of worried, but he walked like right to the same place my doe bedded down and just piled. Yeah, let me just make sure, and then I'll text you. But he's freaking big. Dude, I can't believe it. It's so early. There was a bunch of does that I was just watching, and I could hear other deer, and they were looking everywhere, and then this spike came in, and yeah, and the spike came in, and he was milling around, and then he kind of got like he pushed the does off, so then when he like freaked out, I was like, oh, it's probably another buck. And he came like directly to my left, to where I didn't see him until he was right on the corn, and I just looked up and he was there. And he didn't give me a good angle. I watched him for like 5 minutes, dude, and he just wouldn't give me a great angle, and all the deer were still, like, my wind was perfect, but they were all just moving around. And that's exactly what happened last year with Casper, to where I didn't want to take the risk. So as soon as he got somewhat broadside, I drew back. And dude, my freaking contact got that freaking blur in it, like where my eyes were watering. So I was holding it full draw and just had to blink like a shitload of times. And I put it on him, and it hit him just a little bit high, but I saw him go down, and I looked in the binoculars just a second ago, and I can still see his antlers. He hasn't moved.
He's done. Composure. I'm gonna be there.
Okay. Okay. Bye. I'm gonna call Jeremy now, see if he answers. I know he's duck hunting, but he probably won't answer, but we'll see.
Hello?
Dude, I got him. Can you hear me? Dude, I got him.
You did?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
I saw him fall.
Nice.
Dude,
I wish I was there.
I'm about to cry.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Out of your blind?
No, I just got off the phone with my dad. I'm still in here, but I just shot him like 20 minutes ago.
Was you in your blind?
Yeah, yep.
Sweet.
I had it filming and everything, and he ran like 50 yards, and I watched him in the binoculars fall over, and he hasn't gotten up.
Oh yeah, dude.
He's big too. Oh, I'm shaking like a freaking leaf, dude.
Yeah. Hey, Drakey. Tyler got his big buck, dude. The one I showed you a picture of. Hell yeah, man.
Oh god, dude, I can't tell you the weight that I feel like just lifted off of me. And
That's awesome, man.
it was so early too. Like I thought like there was a decent chance today, because like I said, he came in at 7:30 last night. It was a little bit better pressure, a little bit better moon today, same wind. I was like, I don't know, he might come in like right at dark, but I had a bunch of does in here all afternoon, and then a spike came in and pushed the does off to where they were just kind of milling around, and then he whipped his head over his shoulder and then kind of trotted off, and he came straight from my left out of my blind side, and he was just at the corn, and I freaking had to watch him for like 5 minutes because he wouldn't give me a great angle. And then finally, like, all the deer just running around, some of them are getting downwind of me. I'm like, I just gotta try to draw and like wait for him, maybe move a little bit, maybe he'll see me. And I drew, and my freaking stupid contact got all blurry, like, because my eyes were watering because it's cold. So I had to like blink like a shitload of times while I was drawing, and then I shot, and I think I hit him a little bit high, like it wasn't a pass through, but so I was kind of worried at first, and then he ran right down to where my doe had ran, and I was watching him in the binoculars, and he just fell over, and I've been looking, and his antlers are still in the exact same spot. So
Hell yeah, man. Sure, is your dad on his way to come help you?
I told him to just give me a few minutes just so I make sure that nothing weird happens, but they're
Is he down there with you, or is he at...
yeah, we're actually having Thanksgiving, so like my whole family's out here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it should be pretty cool. But
Yeah, man.
you've been there pretty much along every step of the way too, so I wanted to call you.
Hell yeah, appreciate it, man.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna try to compose myself a little bit here and get down, and we still got enough daylight. Hopefully we can take some good pictures. I mean, I'm just speechless, dude.
Yeah, send me some pictures. I can't wait.
Oh, for sure I will.
Oh, man, that's awesome, dude. Smoking.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've been watching that spot this whole time. I haven't seen any movement, any noise. I think he's done.
Oh, if he fell over.
Yeah, and I mean, he fell over within like seconds, like 40 yards away.
Did he fall over while he was running, or did he stop and then fall over?
He like hopped, walked down to the spot, and then fell over.
Oh, yeah, he's done.
Yeah, like it wasn't even like a crash. It was just like a ploop, like just plop, like he's like fell over.
Yeah, he's DUN, baby. Man, that's cool, dude.
Oh, dude, I'm so happy.
I can't wait to see you.
Dude, I just stood up and I can't even I just shook my whole blind down almost.
Don't fall out of the
I know. All right, I'm gonna get things together here, and I'll for sure keep you up to date with it. But
That's awesome, dude.
yeah, so
Send me some pictures.
we'll do.
Man.
See ya. All right, I'm gonna try to call my wife. Normally, she probably would have been my first call with my dad, but she's on a cruise right now and hasn't had great service. So I'm gonna see if she'll answer though, because she is just the best. I mean, the amount of time I spend away from her and my friends and just chasing these deer, it gets to be a lot, and she's always been supportive of it. Oh man, let's see if she answers. She didn't answer. Let me try her sister. She's on the cruise with.
Hey, can you, is Abby there?
Yeah,
Can I talk to her, please?
yeah. Hey, yeah. Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
I just smoked the giant.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Oh my god. I'm pretty sure he's down. I'm pretty sure I saw him fall.
Are you at the farm?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's huge. I've been about to cry this whole time. He's freaking big.
you gotta wait.
I'm pretty sure he's down. I'm gonna check again, but like I saw him fall. I know. Thank you. I appreciate you so much putting up with all this. God, it's been a freaking long time. I worked really hard for this one. But I think he's down.
Did you have it on video?
Yeah. But God, it's cold and I'm shaking like crazy, but
How cold is it there?
28 degrees.
Oh my god. Well, at least like it's cold enough that you don't have to rush anything.
Yeah, he'll be fine for sure, but let me look here. I'm trying to look through my binoculars where he is at. I'm pretty sure he's still just right there. But I'm gonna be careful and just still play it safe. But I just wanted to call you. I didn't know if you guys had any service, but
Just about the Wi-Fi package.
well,
Handed it.
I kind of figured because I called you first and it didn't go, so I figured I would try her. Okay.
Well, text me and keep me updated, but I'm so happy for you.
I will. Thank you. I love you too. Bye. Okay, guys, I need to calm down a little bit here. I'm just gonna... Alright, guys. I'm gonna try to just calm down. We're gonna pack up here and just kind of quietly make our way over there a little bit. So let's get packed up here real quick. All right, guys. Dad's on his way up, but I just wanted to be sure before the side-by-side comes up here. I walked over and crested the hill where I saw him fall with an arrow knock just to be 100% sure that, because the hit was high, you just never know. I just wanted to make sure he wasn't going to pop up and that I needed to put another arrow in him, but he looks stone dead, so we're gonna wait for Dad to come up here. We'll give him the camera and we'll get some recovery footage here, but I'm at a loss for words, guys. It's been 8 years since I have shot a buck, and it's not from lack of trying. It's a little bit from being picky and, trying to grow big deer and have the ability to hunt some bigger deer, and to have it all pay off on this deer. You can tell I'm still getting kind of worked up about it because it's just been a long time coming. I've put in so many hours, so much time, so much money the last 8 years since my last buck, and I've passed a lot of really nice bucks and had a really great encounter last year that I couldn't close the deal on, but I think we finally broke the streak on potentially my biggest buck to date. He's definitely number 2 if he's not number 1, and I can't wait to get my hands on him, but I'm gonna wait for my dad for sure because this is gonna be super special. I want to enjoy all of it. We still got a decent amount of daylight here, so hopefully we can get him pulled out and get some cool pictures and do a little bit of recovery film. But thanks for being with us, guys. I hope you enjoy this episode, but it's not done yet. We got to go see him. Calvary is a coming, boys. It's Thanksgiving weekend, so my whole family's up here, so it looks like everybody's coming to check it out.
Congrats, buddy. Thank you.
I literally pulled up right when they were like, we just got off the phone with Tyler.
Man, so I walked over just because I knew where he was, just in case. But I think he's done. But I'm still gonna walk in front with my boat.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If he moves, is it on right now?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's done. But he hasn't moved since he fell the first time. So I'm just gonna make sure when I get up to him that he's all good.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What a freaking tank.
He's a stud. Hang on, let me see.
That is a beast of a deer.
Hit him a little high, but it worked. This feels so good. Oh man. Here he is. King. And a lot of pictures of this deer. It's definitely a high target point for us this year. Got it. Yeah, I'm still sure I can't push it. My knees like this season. Really, he reminds me a lot of that other big town, my first big town. He's massive. Oh my god. I don't know what this is. Good old drought times. Good mass. Didn't break anything. Big wings.
Quest. How long was the quest?
We've had pictures of him about this size for 2 years. I'm sure we had some when he was a little younger, just never really put them together. It's been a journey. It's been 8 years since I've killed a buck. So, this one is definitely well worth